Hi, this is Yasmita from Yazzie International, and I'm speaking to you from Melbourne, Australia. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, and it's Saturday morning. I thought I'd join the virtual quilt show this time around in Wisconsin. There's a lot of you that already own Yazzie bags, and I'm here to present some of them pretty closely, show you some demos on the bags, also share with you some inspirational ideas that a lot of crafters have decided to embellish these bags, personalize them, and they all look fabulous after that. So, what I'd like to explain to you is the coupon. We've got a standard free freight option for all of you for the last year and a bit, which is for $50 spent for continental USA. You do get a free freight offer. If you're ordering from Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii, it is a $75 spend, and we will send you your product on a free freight basis. What we decided to do this month is because we have two or three this type of events organized, we thought we'll keep it standard and a little easier for all of you and not restricted by days or nights or midnight on this night. It's just up to the 30th September. You would use a coupon code of YAZ and it's 12. That would help you get the free freight offer as well as a set of three pouches. We will send them to you free. And these are $17.50 on the website. I've just attached them together so I don't lose them, but basically they're three loose pockets and you can use them alongside other Yazzie bags if you've got them, or even if you don't own one, you will see these and really now love them because I use them for my makeup and jewelry when I'm traveling, or in my handbag, I have my medication in one of them. They work really well, they're practical as well. So basically, what it means is where it was a $50 minimum spend for any orders in continental USA, it is now a spend of $75, and you do get back a $17.50 gift plus your free freight offer. If you're from Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii, it's YAZ 12C, C for Charlie, and that will the minimum spend is $75 for free freight. And if you spend $100, like even if you combine two or three of my little bags, it doesn't matter what you do. As soon as your order comes in, it registers, it knows that there's a free bag for you. And your freight will be automatically free as well. So do take advantage of it because we've had so many orders yesterday. I would say there were three or four people that just totally forgot to enter it. And I did write back to them. We did write back to them because we sort of sensed it was from the bags and it was probably just an error. And we have honored that. But after a couple of days and the bags leave from Kentucky, where we are dispatching all your orders in Canada and USA, we've got a warehouse there that takes care of all of this. And it seems to have worked very well for us. So we cannot send it the day after because it still means another set of cost from a freight point of view. So do be careful and let your friends know that the offer is there if you use the voucher, and that's what it's there for. Now, the other thing I'll mention is some of you might already have got this particular catalog of ours. We've just received a new set of catalogs, 16 pages long, covering all our bags, our story, the fact that they handcrafted bags. They work as fabulous travel bags as well. Great time to look at these for gift ideas. They are made in India, and I've designed them for 20 years with the same factory. So we're quite happy with the quality, and all we get is wonderful feedback. Every day I wake up to some fabulous reviews and everything from all over the world, and that's important to me. I'm not going to be going to India for a while. We've ended up We won't be in Houston this year as well. It was last year as well. We didn't make it. And we've been coming there at least 4 times a year to 5 times over 18 years. So we have definitely got the product in everyone's hands. I get so many people writing to me and say, I own 15 bags or 9 bags or whatever. And we do different crafts and we keep our work in progress in some of them. And that's great. I personally do not craft. I would not know what to do with a needle and thread if I was given that in my hand. All I knew is this bag would work as a travel bag from the first design I started 20 years ago, having worked in the travel industry. And it all started there for me. I also appreciate all of you who are absolutely creative, spend a lot of time doing some amazing crafts out there. I've learned to respect, appreciate, and someday, I'm not sure when I will retire, but if I do, I might choose 1 or 2 techniques and figure out what I'm going to do with that. I know there's a few things that interest me. I'm still not going to say anything. I'm waiting for a few people to teach me something and then I'll decide. It's not going to be knitting or crocheting at all. So that's one thing. And then we're also excited about sharing with you the fact that we've got these kits, these Sashiko kits have just arrived in the US. Fabulous 1 hour, 1.5 hour sort of little projects. They're a good time now for you to start thinking about them as little projects for your Christmas gifts. If you like Sashiko, you can create. We give you the panel, the thread, the needle, everything. And when you're done, this bag, a lot of you already know that the pockets allow you to keep your makeup, your jewelry, anything you want, or your little projects, your English paper piecing, your bead work, anything you'd like. So they're great gift ideas for Christmas, for friends. They're great for holidays, holiday gift ideas, graduation. Every woman can use one or many of them. This is another idea where you can keep your pins and needles and buttons, etc. You can also keep a little bit of your jewelry if you're going away on a weekend. I know at home I keep my little earrings and stuff close to me, so if I need to use something quickly, I just grab them from this purse. And this is where someone's done some wool embroidery, so it's just something for you to look at it and say, am I going to be able to do something creative and add? You don't have to do this. It can be just a plain bag you gave someone. But sometimes if you add your personal touch, they will appreciate it very much as well. So that's generally the idea of the coupon, the catalog you'd get. We're also inviting a lot of quilt guilds. So if any of you belong to quilt guilds across the US, who are still doing a face-to-face meeting. We've got lots of new catalogs that have arrived in the US. We're happy to send it to you with a couple bags as well for your door prizes and raffle prizes, so that it gets the catalog in the right hands to the right people. That's my priority. And I think that's how, at a distance, we don't have any other way of marketing our products or showing them to you. I don't think it requires introduction anymore, the products. We definitely have got a very huge fan base between US and Canada, to the point where we've set up a website particularly for this region. And we've got a warehouse set up within the USA to supply the products. So I don't think we can be more serious about it. We're quite excited, and it's been going fantastically through these COVID times. And the next thing I'd like to mention is, I should say this. We've also got another set of pouches that we do supply. These are the larger ones. So if you make a note of it, the code is CA510. These are larger. So if you'd like to look at them on the website, these are just options where you can complement what you've got already. So that was filled with crafty stuff. In this case, if you were going away and you just want to take some of your makeup, your jewelry, your personal items, your medications. That's another idea. They're great Christmas gifts because and holiday gift ideas because they're practical and they make perfect sense. We've also got a set of two pouches that are rectangle instead of the three that I showed you of different shapes. These work very well, and the code is CA410 if any of you are looking for 420. I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. Yeah, 420. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. And these are some of the embellished bags that if you'd like to pick up one of these Sashiko gift kits, you can prepare that. And this bag is a CA20 and it's a flat pack. So if you're looking for somewhere to keep your little project accessible in your living room, or even if you're going to a friend's place, you've got small projects, it works fantastically. This is also where an oval bag we've got that's totally empty. Someone's done some wool embroidery on it. As you can see, it's totally empty, this bag. And what some people would do is buy a set of pouches, keep them within this bag. So in case you want to keep smaller items, and it all fits in together. So these are just little ideas, and I thought I'll do the live sessions with you during this show because that lets you see me, ask me questions. I'm here even after the show. If you had to write to me at sales@yazzie.com, I would like you to maybe subscribe to our newsletter, share our videos with your friends who require some organization, uh, tell people about it, show them our catalogs, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and join us on our social media handles with Facebook and Instagram. The organizers for the Wisconsin virtual show have done a fabulous job. We are so excited that we were part of it. I've never done this show, but like even face-to-face basis, it has never worked from a time perspective because we do have to travel from Australia to see you. And so this has been a great opportunity, and I want to thank them for it. They've organized it extremely well. So the next thing I'd like to show you is a demo on our carryall. A Yazzie carryall has been around for 18 years. That's one of our larger bags, and I'd like to do a demo on it. So it's a little video clip I've got ready for you to show you how it'll work, and I will be back straight after that. Have a close look at it because it does make sense when you look at the internals sleeve by sleeve, okay? Thank you, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate our Yazzie carryall. The code is CA120, and this is a bag I designed almost 20 years ago, and I know of many of you who already own one, love it, and are still using it. And that's the operative word, that you're still using it, and it has worked for as many years as possible to take your products, your craft accessories, notions to your retreats, your classes, and even just store your craft supplies at home. Firstly, I'm going to show you that this bag comes with a 28-inch handle, and it's 72 centimeters. So it does go over your shoulder very comfortably. So if any of you are curious to see that, because it does help if you can carry it across your shoulder and be hands-free to take your sewing machine and other products that you might need for your retreats. So that was what I wanted to show you today, is just the way it closes, the way it hangs over your shoulder. That's a very important part because often I get that question through emails, etc. And now what we're going to do is I want to show you the internal of this bag. It's very popular, and I want to take you page by page, pocket to pocket, just explain everything there is about this bag. That'll help you make an informed decision when you want to purchase one of our bags, whether it be a large or a smaller one. So before I do that, I want to tell you everything we supply is in a black, navy, the red, which is like a banana red or a nice blood red. Then you've got this olive green that's beautiful, the hot pink, which we refer to as fuchsia. Then I've got the aqua, and I've got a purple. So they're quite popular, all the colors, and it depends where you are and the color that appeals to you. But I think we've done it perfectly well where it appeals to a lot of people and they can select anything they want. There are times we don't have them in stock, but generally we try and keep everything updated on our website. So I'm going to take a few seconds. I'm going to put the insert that comes in your packaging on the frame so that you can look at the dimensions. There's a short description, and we'll just set up for a demo for you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to begin my demo. We do know from this area to the end, it's 28 inches and 72 centimeters, and it does go across your shoulder, and it is very comfortable. So I'm going to now open up the bag and show you the internal, and I need to turn it around because it is quite a large bag, and I want you to see a full visual of this product so you can understand the bag better. So this is the inside cover. Here is the cover. We've opened it up, and the first pocket at the back has a quilted pocket, beautifully made, and I can keep my magazines, my pattern books, anything that I might need. You can fill it up with quite a few things in this pocket. In front of that, I've done this section of further pockets that gives you lots more options. So you're getting functionality out of the back pocket, the inside cover. And on top of that, we've given you 3 pockets here. The larger one on this side fits a hoop, as you can see. And you can keep some books or anything else. I just tried to fill it as well as I possibly could with products that I had to give you a very good idea of the function of the bag and a visual of how much it can take. So in this pocket, I put some fabrics, more fabrics in here. And you got to remember that if these don't suit you over time, you know, you're welcome to remove some of these little stitches in here. It's up to you, but I think you will find use. This part of it is very functional, and I think you'll get a lot of use out of it. In this case, in this pocket, we've given you 6 pockets that are the exact same size. And I do know we have people saying, look, I don't need as many little pockets. I prefer a full length. If that's what you want, please do not worry about it. You can remove the little piping here. It's just unstitching it here and in here, and you will get yourself the full horizontal pocket here. You can leave these 3 as is. Work around the bag as it suits you. All of you are very creative. You know what you're doing. I think it makes a lot of difference. Some people might say, I don't mind the one on the side, but I just like a little extra room here. So you only remove this section and leave the rest of this sleeve exactly as is. So that's the second pocket. And then we're going on to the second page of this bag, and you've got 3 full horizontal pockets, and you can see the length of it. It's quite long, and you can put lots of products in here. Some people put their knitting needle cases, needles in here. They might have trims or whatever, but the choice is yours. Product is something I've just tried to fill it with nice bright stuff so you can visualize. And of course, the dimensions on the insert we've given you gives you a very good idea of what you can use this bag for and the dimensions. In this case, we've given you 4 of the identical sizes. Again, you can be flexible with these center pipings. It's up to you how you want to use it. Most people just use the bag as is because we've tried to give you different options over this bag that will help you organize yourself going forward. And you always, eventually you start getting a little inventory for your eye to see that in the reverse, in the second pocket, I've got these items. I've got my whatever, the paperwork in here. I've got my accessories and my trims in one of them. That's how you use it. I've just tried to explain it to you here. Now, in this pocket, I've just put some paper and some pictures of products in here, but you can use this for your fabrics. It's quite a generous little size. And what I want to focus on now, I'm going to go to the base of the bag. When you look in here, there's a lot of room behind this, so you can place a small quilt at the bottom. You can use this area for quite a few things. And in here, the one thing I wanted to do from the beginning of time, 20 years ago, is give you the option to keep a 12 by 18 board in here. And I think that's a very big plus for this bag. It fits a comfortable 12 by 18 board. So I'm going to remove the board and show you what's below it. You've got an extra pocket, which is again clear. You can keep your books, your magazines. There's so much room in here where the base of the bag works very practically, and you can still shut the bag at the end with everything under. So that's the room, and I wanted to point out this space that you've got between in the base of the bag. So I'm going to just keep this little mat aside, and I'm going to turn the bag again because I want to show you something else that makes it quite exciting when you're using these products of ours. So in here, we sell a lot of these little pockets, right? So this is the large set that is CA510, and that they come in a pre-pocket, pre-pockets that come in one set, and you can fill them up and use it in the base of your bag with maybe other items that you might like to save. Then we've got the CA405, which is a 3-piece set. You can place that at the bottom if you want to add to it. All of our products complement each other. These are 2 rectangle pouches, CA420, and that works brilliantly at the base of this bag. Now, the choice is yours whether you want to add, complement what you already got. You might not need it at the beginning, but I've noticed that people do come in and buy the smaller bags so that they can fit comfortably in here. So I've got these 3 pieces in here, and I'm going to show you something else. We've got our very popular mini craft organizer large, and all of you are very familiar with this bag. It's been here. This was the first bag we introduced 20 years ago. So that fits maybe with your smaller items. I've got my sewing machine mat that you can drape over your table and place your sewing machine on it when you're at class. That works, and as you know, it folds up into quite a little piece, and we can just place that in the base of this bag. Then I've got my sewing machine feet organizer. A lot of you own that bag as well. So often people say, look, it works brilliantly because you do need more than the big bag you carry, especially when you're going for 3 or 4 days. It does help you have everything accessible and viewable for you. So that will fit in this space as well. So if I look at all of this and make sure that it takes everything comfortably, you will not have any trouble fitting all those items at the base of the bag. And that is the beauty of the bag. They're flexible, they work very well. It's just a question of what you'd like to fill in them and take with you when you're going to classes. Sometimes you might not need all of them, but this just tells you that it's a lot bigger than you think. Some people say, well, it's actually helped us with 3 or 4 sewing baskets that we've used in the past. It just condenses everything you're taking, and you will find great use of this carry-all bag that we've offered for almost 20 years now. Again, I'm going to reiterate the fact that this works brilliantly for your mat as well. So I'll just take these out because you don't get them with, you'd have to order them separately. But this mat as well does not come in the bag, but at least you can see clearly that it fits very comfortably at the base of the mat. And you can throw a small quilt, fabrics, anything you need. So I'm going to just recap here. These are the 4 pockets, exactly the same size. You've got 3 horizontal pockets. You've got 6 smaller pockets in here. Again, there's flexibility where you can remove these pipings. You've got these 3 pockets. You've got an inside cover. And all of that is our Yazzie carry-all, and it's extremely, extremely popular. I know I get calls about this and they say it's the best thing we've ever bought. And all my newer bags also become very popular. You know, we've had to come up with various styles catering to different things. And as a business, we just went ahead, produced about 5 or 6 very popular large bags. And I'm very happy with the result because if you like them, then I feel inspired to create more bags. And I'm very thrilled and proud of the Yazzie carry-all. The code again is CA120. I hope you enjoyed this demo, and I look forward to presenting other products very shortly. Bye. Okay, thank you for watching that carry-all demo. I think it's a very popular bag, and I've been listening for 20 years with people saying what they like about that bag. You know, we have all kinds of people out there. We do so many international shows. You do get the odd person coming in and having something to say, and it might be just that they're in a bad mood that day, and I just ignore it because really speaking, we've got such a big following to the point where I live in Melbourne, Australia, and often I do shows across Australia. But I remember recently I was in Sydney at a show, and a lot of ladies came in and they bought, there were 7 of them that bought the carry-all from me, and they wanted to include the accompaniments like the sewing machine foot storage bag, my little iron storage case. They wanted to include the mat as well. And they seemed to be on a mission, and they knew what they wanted from me. So they had a list, and it was everything multiplied by 7. And I did ask, I said, you know, did you look at the website? Was it something you planned? I just thought they were really impulse buys, but they weren't. They said, look, we do caravanning, like we travel in Australia, we retired, we go through Australia and we stop at places and we meet up at caravan parks, and we generally are traveling together. And there's someone out in Western Australia near Broome. That is a beautiful place in Australia. And there's a caravan park there, and one of your customers who owns this particular carry-all for the last 17 years, she sits outside on a little table, has your mat, your sewing machine mat laid out. She has your bags. She sort of does demos and demonstrations on your bags to any person who's coming through that caravan park. And this, she loves your bags. and she swears by them. She just thinks they're the best thing she's ever done. And being mobile and just being able to take things along, it doesn't annoy her husband because she's not occupying too much of space. And she's got it all set up under Yazzie Collection. Now, I've had to say, I've never met this lady. I don't know who she is. All I know is she's doing some tremendous marketing on our behalf in Western Australia, a place I might never get to, I might never see her, but whatever it is, I appreciate it because I see that at many shows because this lady in Broom's been discussed many times. And it is funny in some ways, but I'm very grateful. So that's the caliber and that's the type of feedback and loyalty we have. We've got people in the army, in the US, ladies who are quilting and sewing and sitting in their bases and spending their time occupying their time with what they love to do, and hand quilting, hand piecing, English paper piecing. They buy our products and they feel that this is the best way to store them and take them around, and they're always ready and they can get up and start doing things whenever they need to because everything is packed together. So that's just some way I wanted to share a few things because at the end of the day, it's a personal choice. A plastic bag always works just fine. But people do like a Yazzie bag because they're so soft and user friendly. They are handcrafted in India on treadle machines. They sort of have filled and ticked every box over 20 years. And for someone like me who hasn't done any craft, it's sort of been a big uh, for me. I just appreciate it so much after 20 years to be in this position of feeling that everyone loves the products, and that means a lot to me. So the next demo I'm going to do for you is our little oval craft bag. Some of you might already own one, but I just think as a mid-size bag, it's very popular. It sits over your shoulder. That's the important thing. And you don't fit an A4 book or anything, but if you're just looking for a run around, a medium bag of ours, just take a look at that on the website. Watch all the little time-lapse videos around it. See this demo, and you will find that you might find this rather handy. It's CA140. Hi, today I'm going to demonstrate our oval craft organizer. This is a bag I introduced about 16 years ago in our Yazzie craft storage bag range. And all of you do know by now that they are very multifunctional. They work for jewelry, makeup, medications, they use for craft. I think they're just so versatile in their usage, and people buy them as little gift ideas for Christmas, birthdays, graduation gifts. Every woman wants a bag to take with her and organize her personal pieces like jewelry, makeup, your craft accessories, etc. So as a mid-size bag, it has worked extremely well because you've got a very comfortable shoulder strap, and I think it does fit over your shoulder and you can be hands-free when you're taking it to classes. So we do provide this little insert that comes in every bag in its packaging that explains the fact that they're multifunctional, and the dimensions of this bag closed is 23 by 25 by 7.5 centimeters, and it's 9.25 by 10 inches times 3 inches, which is the depth of it, right? So I'm going to just show you the bag. And before I open it, I'm going to say there's an external one pocket in here that you can keep your phone, you can keep your pens, you might want to keep your keys, your car keys. It's up to you, but at least you know we've given you that external pocket. The straps that we've given you on both sides, I want to show you clearly that it actually goes all the way through the bag, and that's why it's very sturdy and very stable, very durable. It carries a lot of product in there. As long as you're not overfilling it to a point where it's straining the zipper, you should be okay. I know of people who've used it for years and love this bag. So I'm going to open it and show it to you now by pockets so you understand. There's the cover of the bag. And in here, you've got a full pocket where I've just put some fabrics in there, some trims in there. You do have a lot of space. Uh, there's a lot of give in the bags that you can throw even more in here, and it will be perfect as far as closing the bag. Then in this pocket, you've got two vertical pockets that might take your smaller items. And again, I've always found that people say, well, I don't really want the center pocket. I prefer two of the full pockets. And that choice is yours. You just need to unpick this piping here, and you will find you'll end up with a pocket equal to this size, and it works brilliantly. Then we're talking about going to the center part of this bag, where I've given you a horizontal pocket, two smaller ones, a horizontal pocket, and two smaller ones, just so that you're getting it for your needles, your pins. You might have smaller items that you want to keep aside, and you can see them easily. They're easily viewable, accessible, and you know after a few months of using it where things are and where you're sort of, in a way, filing it within this bag. And that's important. Again, I will stress that if you do want both to be horizontal, you can remove this little piping and you'll end up with two horizontal pockets. So that's the important feature of the bag. Then I've given you the full pocket here and another full pocket out here. So if you think about it, we've given you that many full pockets. You might not need to do anything in here and use them the way it is, but I tried to give you as much flexibility as possible. And the other thing I wanted to mention that's very important is when you look at this bag, the zipper is in the middle. That's unlike some of the other bags that we've got. The zipper is in the middle. So if you lay it on the table or on your lap, or if you at a soccer match or a cricket match, or it's some sports event, you can have this sitting on your lap and you can flip your pages both ways, and it's very easy to access everything. If it was on the top, you might have more problems trying to access your products inside. So it's a very user-friendly bag, and I found that over the time, this has become my top-selling mid-size bag. People get the fact that it's got the handles, they're comfortable handles. You can really work. It fills a lot more than you need to, or you can imagine. It does not take a book. That's one thing I need to mention to you. But as a mid-size bag, it's perfect. And the center zipper has been a key feature. That's the highlight of this bag. And I've tried to change the pockets around to give you a lot more functionality. And if you do decide that you want to use the pockets in a slightly different context, you are welcome to remove these little pipings within that. It's just stitches. You have to unpick them and carefully, and it will work. So that's our oval craft organizer, probably the best mid-size bag we've got in our range. So if any of you are looking, it is CA140, and you will find more information, and we've got lots of videos on our website that'll give you lots more information about this product. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed some of these bags that we are presenting, because as much as we have great videos around, I think just watching it page by page gives you some perspective as to the sizing and what you can fit in it. Often I get people telling me that, you fill them so well that it does help us decide. And that's important. I mean, I don't, there's lots of product over 20 years that people have given me, some of the companies. We just include it in there because you need to know how much of space and how much of give the bags have. Because as you use them they become more user-friendly, and you can fit a little extra without bursting it at the seams. You got to be careful as well. I've had people come to me and say, "Oh, I've really filled it, the bags, and it sort of burst my zipper." And I said, "Well, there's a limit to anything. You can't get everything into one bag. There is a responsibility." That's why over the years I've just said, I'm going to give you 3 months. If a zip is going to break, I don't want to know about it afterwards, because I've seen them filled to the brim, and really the misuse and the types of things being put into the bags does affect us. Because if there's going to be a problem in a manufacturing level, it will appear very quickly. And everything we do is we work with zippers. And we do have a huge quality control team that's been checking, and we get very little returns. I mean, I'm talking, if it's 7 bags worldwide for the entire year, I'm lucky, and that's been great. I'm more than happy to replace that bag. We have no problems standing by what we do. But really, after 3-4 years and you've used it and I don't know, then you tell me I didn't use it that much. Really, I just don't want to know about it any longer, because I think it gets to the stage where does it stop after that? So keep in mind our coupon, the Yaz 12 and the Yaz 12C for Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii. You will be getting these 3 pouches. They were at $17.50. If you go onto the website of Virtual Show, the Wisconsin Virtual Show, we've got all our details and terms and conditions for this voucher in there. And the next thing I'd like to mention is we definitely are looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. We've got a whole day of content, 2 hours in the morning, then my live, 3 hours, and then another live. And we are getting up in the middle of the night to do this with you and to be with you during this show because of the time difference. But I know what I'm going to be doing now is get back to sleep, because it's been 2 days now and I'm really exhausted. So I'm going to look forward to a Saturday of just relaxing, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. So in the meantime, again, sign up for our newsletters, subscribe to our YouTube channels, share our videos. And the last thing I'm going to do now is show you a video where we are comparing 2 very popular bags that we've designed. One of them we designed 15 years ago, and it's called the Crafter's Companion. Many of you probably already own one. And recently, the last 4 years, we've designed the Quilter's Project Bag, which is a CA880. That's the code. Now, these are 2 bags that people love for different reasons, and you're going to be the best judge of it after you see the demo. I get this question often: what is the difference? Why would I buy one against the other? Personally, I don't know. I mean, I do feel I understand because people have explained it to me, but I did my best to do this comparison for you so you make an informed choice to the bag you feel can work for you. So I'm going to leave you here. Have a look at that demo. If you're watching it and you feel someone else can benefit with it, share the video, and we'd appreciate that very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Okay, I'm going to begin with the Crafter's Companion, and the style number is CA230. Before I do that, I want to explain that all our products come in 7 colors. We've got a black, navy, a bright red, a blood red, a beautiful green, olive green. We've got a purple, aqua, and a hot pink, a fuchsia. So these are the 7 colors unless we've run out of stock, but anything on the website can be purchased in these 7 colors on our current products that are listed on our website. So I'm going to begin with the CA230. And firstly, I want to explain that the measurements for this is 10.8 inches by 13.3 by 5 inches, and they are approximate dimensions. They're a good size for you to carry all your craft supplies for your classes and your retreats. And I'm sure you're going to have a lot of extra space, and you'll be surprised at how much it carries. We also have given you a nice strap that goes through the back, through the bag, and onto the other side. That gives you security as far as weight in case you put your magazines, something a little heavier than you should. There is a limit to what the bags can carry, but I've been told by many crafters over 20 years that they're surprised at how many sewing baskets it has replaced, and also the fact that they're so durable and they seem to last forever. So that's the external, and there's no external pocket in this particular bag. And I'm sure all of you know that a lot of world-class designers have done some amazing projects and embellishing on the bags with wool craft embroidery, whether it's Sashiko or Boro embroidery, applique, beading, and the list is endless. Machine embroidery. There's so much that can be done with these bags after you've used them for a while and you want to give it a fresh look. So I'm going to start with the demonstration now. And firstly, on the cover side, we've given you two pockets here that are deep enough for you to keep fabrics or anything. And you'll see there's a lot of give in each pocket. And as you use them, you will find they just become a little more pliable, softer, and they do work extremely well. So on this side, we've given you three horizontal pockets, and that, as you can see, fits the eleganza threads. Some orifles also will fit. They'll also take some of the Baldani little cotton, your crochet cottons, but you will get a little less of that. It just depends on the thickness. It wasn't meant to fit very large spools of thread, but I just offered that as an option. And any of these pockets can be filled with your craft notions. The next pocket is a full pocket where you've got your books, your magazines, and you can keep your ruler and templates. And on this side, we've got a Velcro out here, so you can throw in your magazines, trims, any of your notions. What I do is I tend to fill them up as much as possible, so it gives you a very good visual and a good idea on what exactly does fit, and it helps you decide on the bag you choose. So on both ends of this pocket, this sleeve, we've got Velcro pockets. And the next sleeve, we've given you a zippered pocket so that you can fill things on both sides, and the same configuration on the opposite side. And on this pocket, which is the last one for this bag, I've put some elasticated sections in here for your tools, your scissors. You might have a few markers, quilt markers, etc. Whatever you choose to, but I just tried to make it as visual as possible for you to have a good sense of the bag. At the end, we've got a full pocket. As you can see, I've got a magazine out here. This fits your A4 books. And you can keep some fabrics at the bottom. Sometimes people would keep my smaller bags. You might want to keep your sewing machine mat. You might want to keep one of our Yazzie iron storage bags at the bottom as well. There's so much that fits in here. And this is just to give you an example that this works perfectly for an A4 size product. So you've got one sleeve, 2, 3, and 4. And in total, there are 16 pockets if I had to just add the various sizes in here. And it works brilliantly. Now, what I will highlight to you is that if ever you feel that you need more open space and you don't necessarily want the divisions, you can unpick the center piping out here in all our products that gives you extra room. You don't have to be stuck with what we've done. But when I designed it many, many years ago, I was going on the fact that I need to give options to everybody. I'm never going to please everybody. And there are going to be people out there who would say, I wish I had this or I wish I had that. But that's okay. The fact that we offer flexible storage bags, beautifully handcrafted in India, and I know of many people who have had this crafter's companion now for 15 years, 14 years, and they're still using it and it looks as good as ever. So when I shut this, this is our crafter's companion. And as I showed you earlier, it sits over your shoulder perfectly. I'm going to now put up on the screen our insert for our Quilters project bag CA880, and I'll set myself up for that demo. Okay, this is our Quilter's companion, and I did tell you earlier that this has got an external pocket for your keys, your mobile phone, whatever you need to put. For me, it was more just making a point of difference so that we can manage during the packaging of these bags for your orders, so there's no mistakes made at all. And the other thing I needed to mention again is this is approximately the same size, given 1 centimeter or so difference, with the Crafter's Companion and the Quilter's Project Bag. Again, our straps go all the way through the bag, all the way to the other side, and we've just added a pocket right on top for the point of difference. So that's the Quilter's Companion, which was introduced about 4 to 5 years ago. And I'm going to demonstrate the bag, and let's start with the cover pocket where you've got your external pocket, inside cover. I gave you your little threads extra. Now, the reason why we made the difference and I designed the bag again, were quilters often said that they loved the Crafter's Companion, but they felt I might have dissected it a little bit more than I should have. It worked brilliantly for many years, and I still have quilters who say, no, I still like that bag, and that's fine. But I did in Houston once have a meeting with a few quilters, and they said they'd like the bag changed slightly that'll be appealing to more quilters. They wanted larger pockets. They did not want anything less than, if you look at the A4, A5, A4, A5, it just sort of went in that manner throughout the 4 sleeves as well. And again, at the end cover, I've given you these elasticated areas. I put a fabric pocket at the end so that you can keep a scissors and you don't tear into any of the plastics. So that was definitely a bag that I changed. So you've got 17 pockets in all with the external pocket outside the bag. And that works brilliantly with exactly what they wanted for their larger projects. They love the bag. So I know for every 10 quilters out there, there are 7 that'll choose this bag hands down over the Crafter's Companion. But then, we are not there to tell you what to do. The difference is a few dollars, but I did change it 4 to 5 years ago, this bag, and it has appealed to everyone. The Westerly rulers, often people come to me and say they'd like the storage bag for Westerly rulers. And this is what they are pointing to as a bag that works brilliantly to store their template. A top zipper. In here you've got the center zipper, so when you sit down on your table, where often when you're going to your retreats, you have less space to work with, work area. So this is sitting in the middle, and you can flip the pages like a little book, like a filing system. You can you can get to the areas you want to. Everything is accessible to you. So I think that's the other big factor that's making a decision and swaying people to go for this bag is the way it opens. It's not from the top where you have to sort of dig into the lower pockets. I mean, it still works. It worked for as many years that it did, but I wanted to make a slight difference. So I added larger pockets here. I gave you the center zipper here. The size is approximately the same. And again, on this one, you don't have to remove any of the pipings or anything because you've got everything you need in front of you. Perfect for your classes and retreats. If you are educators in the country, you're welcome to sort of look at these so that you can carry it for your teaching assignments. Uh, we've been told many years now that these are the best bags around. They're beautifully made, they're crafted so well. Keep in mind, they're made on treadle machines in India. They considered handcrafted bags. And when I get testimonials day in and day out for the last 20 years of how well they've used them, is all I need to go forward in my business. Thank you again, and I hope you liked the demonstration. And I look forward to seeing you for the next product. Bye for now.